Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chess Noobs. This is Shant and Chandra, and today we are going to watch the Legends. Yes, the Legends. The Legends of Chess, a tournament, a tour, a part of the tour by the Magnus Carlsen Invitational Tour, is going on. It's a tournament under that tour. The tournament is going on, and Anand is also participating. There are a lot of players, legends like Wesley Ivanchuk, Boris Gelfand, Peter Liko are playing in there. And today, on the third day, that is a third round, and there are four rounds in a single round, and two of the rounds are already over. We'll spectate and learn from the next two rounds. And Anand has lost the first two rounds and is down 0-2 to Kramnik, and the third round has begun. So let us go and watch it. Okay, so here is the situation. Uh, okay, I guess it is visible right now, more or less. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, more or less it is visible. Yeah, okay. So Anand is down by 0-2, and he's playing the white pieces against Vladimir Kramnik right now, and he has gone for the Berlin. Mm, And let us see what has been the opening. Uh, let us see. Okay, so e4, e5, nf3, nc6, bishop c4, bishop c5, short castle, nh6, d3, d6, c3, h6, rook e1, short castle, like d2, a6. Pretty much normal. Bishop e6, rook e6, queen c2, queen d7, and Anand is thinking in this position. I am waiting for Kostov to join in, who is late. Yeah, he is late. Never mind, but let's see when he can join us. I'm waiting for him. Probably he's having his dinner or something. But let us see what is this position suggesting. Okay, so I was going to say knight f1 and knight c3 and take on this f5 square, which is good for black. I mean the white knight on f5. And this the time controls is 15 minutes plus 5 seconds, as you can see. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Uh, Black can go for maybe d5 here, breaking the center, and probably yes, he goes for d5. He goes for d5, uh, uh, breaking the center because the knight will come in here. That is the idea. So black is going to just play on the center right now. D5 is played, and uh, uh, white should. Okay, so Kostov is here. Let me see when I can add him. Okay, so Kostov, are you ready to join? Okay, so here we go. Kostov is here, and as you know, Anand has lost the first two rounds. He has blundered in the winning position in the first round and lost that. And the second game he was just crushed. I guess that was due to the first round he lost the second round. But this is the position that has come up in the third game. It has come from Berlin. Okay, can you hear me? Hello, Koso.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So you were so silent that I got scared. Okay.
No, I didn't follow the first game, but I followed the second game, and Kramnik completely crushed Anand.
Yeah, he
So
did.
Anand has to
Uh,
win both the games. If he does not
to
win, if he does not hope to lose the mini match, he
yes,
has to win both the
obviously,
games. It's a must-win
and
situation for him.
exactly. He has to win both of the matches, so it will be interesting for us to follow. I was hoping for a more like close tie, but then Anand was also leading in the like he got a very good position in the first game. Like in the end game, he was completely winning. But I don't know. After that, I just left the position and went to have dinner. And somehow when I came back, I saw that he has lost not only that round but also the second round as well. So White has played Bishop B3. The okay, so now Black goes for D4. Interesting. C into D4 is played, or knight into D4 is taken. This D3 pawn may be a weakness for White.
Yeah, maybe it's a long-term weakness, but for now we can't say anything because there are a lot of pieces on the board,
What
and
about Queen C7?
white is trading pieces. White played Queen
So
C7,
Queen D3.
Queen D3, or maybe Queen B4.
Yeah, Queen
After
D3
Queen
or Queen B4.
B4, there is Rook B1.
After Queen B4, yeah, obviously Rook AB1 or Rook EB1. Rook
Rook
EB1.
B1 drops the A4 pawn, so Rook B1.
Yeah. So now what does White play? Uh,
The other Rook to B1.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Maybe Rook E1, Rook E7 can be played. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it
the
can be
Queen.
played. So
I
what
just
has
made.
Black
Uh,
played? Black hasn't played the move yet.
has he? Or I just did I just mess up the position? Let me check. Sorry for that. Sorry for that one. Okay, so Black has taken on D3. Black has
Yeah,
taken on D3.
D3 is more simple because there isn't any more complications like Rook B1. But now White
I'll
can
just
take on B7.
I'll just refresh the position. Okay, so here we are, and Rook D1 was played. I guess we can just analyze with the this arrows because it was otherwise it will really get difficult for me to change the thing every time we play the moves on the board. So okay, so Rook D1 is played after Queen D3, and maybe now Queen
Queen B3 or Queen A3.
Queen B3 looks to be a good option, and goes for Queen B3 only. Queen B7 can be taken.
Yeah, White is gaining a pawn, but I think Black has
Queen 8.
compensation. No, the A8 rook is hanging right now,
Okay, okay, sorry. Oh,
so
sorry,
Black
sorry.
has to defend the rook.
Yeah, Rook A E8 maybe. But Rook A E8, or what other move do you suggest?
After Rook A8, White could have played A5, and there was uh, very little that Black could do to retrieve the pawn. But now Black has this threat of Rook AB8 or Rook EB8. So
Okay, so Black has gone for this move, and maybe A5 now. A5, Rook AB8 or Rook EB8. Which one do you prefer? EB8 maybe.
yeah, Rook
Rook
EB8.
E8, Queen
So that's
C7,
Queen
and Queen B4,
C7, Queen B4, Queen E5.
Queen E5, and Rook B5, and I think
I
this is
think
heading.
yeah, this is heading to a draw. Black has equalized.
Yeah. So the moves that we are discussing at this point, a5, sorry, a5, rook b8, queen c7, queen b4, queen into e5, rook b5, and maybe queen g3, which looks to be the option. And then queen after queen g3, black can take both on e4 and a5.
Yeah,
So it it will be interesting to see what is played. Rook. Let us see what Anand goes for in this position. But is there any other possibilities here other than a5? Do you suggest anything else?
I don't see anything good enough because after a5, instead of a5, how to defend the a4 pawn? Because white will not play something like rook a1, just moving the rook
Yeah,
from the open flank.
yeah. So a5 looks to you for the is the most viable option here. So Anand is thinking here. Just give me a second. Okay, so the move we are discussing here were a5 and then rook eb8, queen c7, uh, queen b4, queen e5. Sorry, not that one. Rook b5, queen g3, and maybe knight
Or
e4.
there may be another plan. Maybe just give the a4 pawn and try for some counterplay on the king side,
Like
like knight e3, knight f5, knight g3,
knight.
knight f.
So you are
But
uh,
both runs into rook e8. So I don't think I don't see any good option. Yeah, white has played a5.
so white has gone for a5. But let us see the interesting option that you are suggesting instead of this move a5. Knight e3,
Yeah, maybe
and
knight e3, knight g3.
knight
Both
e3, and
look
then
okay.
rook eb8, queen
Yeah,
c7.
that's why I cancelled the opinion because after rook e8, I don't see how white can progress because both the
Looks like
pawns drop.
looks like a good option because after queen c7, rook eb8, queen c7, queen b4, and knight f5. Now I am threatening moves like uh, maybe rook b1. Rook b1 may be a threat.
Yeah, maybe,
Uh,
but after knight e3, black can directly take on a4.
uh, okay, so he's saying that what if black goes after knight e3? Black goes queen into a4. So after that, in that position, um, what are the options that white has?
Knight f5, knight d5, rook a1.
Yeah, there are a lot of options for white. Uh, Rook a1 may be a good option, but then queen after
Queen
rook
b5,
a1, queen
queen
b5,
b5.
yeah, queen b5, queen b5, a b5, and
And I
his
don't, and I think the endgame is pretty much equal. White does not have
yes.
much chances.
Okay, so let's see what a5 and rook b8 is also played on the board. So now maybe the the variation that we analyzed just before a5 was played is queen c7, queen b4, queen e5,
Queen
rook
e5, rook
b5,
e5, g3.
and then black has an option of taking on e5, e4, and a5 as well.
But
In
if
that,
black takes on e4, then well, white queen is hanging. Okay, so I can play queen f3. There will be a very bad pin along the diagonal.
okay. In that case, in that position, what are the choices? Like if we
So Anand is
go
taking much time to play these moves because he know if he trades the pieces very quickly, then this will soon be a draw, and he does not want
and
that to happen. So he's trying to find some moves so that the position becomes more complicated.
Exactly, exactly. That is the point because he has already lost two rounds. Okay, so my camera is off for some reason. Okay, he's trying to complicate things here because, as Kaustav said, he needs a win here because he's already 2 points down in the tie, and he desperately needs to win the last two games in order to go for the tie break, which is also blitz game 5+2, and even if with alternative colors, obviously, and even if it ends in a draw there, like 1-all, then it is going for an Armageddon match. Doesn't looks like this is going
No,
to go
I
there.
I don't think in the prelims there are any blitz matches for tie breaks.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
go
there are.
directly to Armageddon after the four rapid games. They go directly
Oh,
for
oh,
Armageddon.
oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. They directly go for the Armageddon, and the winner gets 2 points, and the loser get 1 point because they have drawn the four matches. Like after four matches, they were equal. So Anand is thinking here, and for our viewers who are joining in right now, this is the line that
So
we are.
there are like three possible moves for the queen: queen c6, queen c7, and queen e7. Which way to go?
Okay. These are the three moves: queen to c7, c6, and e7. So the move that we were thinking, like discussing, is this queen c7, and then rook b4, or queen b4, sorry, queen b4, queen e5, rook b5, knight g3, queen g3, and knight e4 maybe, or take on a5 also. Let's see, Anand is still thinking, and
So let's
what?
analyze a bit what happens after queen c7 and
Okay,
queen
okay,
e5, queen g3.
okay, let's go there. So queen c7, queen b4, queen e5, rook b5, knight g3, knight e4. Or maybe we can wait here what can happen in this position.
If
Like,
black
wait,
takes on e4, then white has queen f3, and there is a very bad pin along the diagonal, as I was pointing out earlier.
yeah, yeah. Just wait, I'll just check if the move has been played on the
Yeah,
board. Okay, so
Anand has played queen c7.
yes, as I okay, so queen c7 was played in the game, but let us see what can happen after that. This was played, by the way. Queen c7 was played in the game, and then we are thinking of queen b4, queen e5, queen b5, and now what? Knight e4 or rook a5 or queen a5? Which one do you prefer?
Both rook a5 and queen a5 runs into e5, and I think white has some initiative after that, like e6, because all his pieces are very well placed, and he
Okay,
can hope for a king set.
so you are suggesting not taking on e4 or a5?
Black has to play something, so which
Yeah,
way to go? Like take on e4 or take on a5? Because both moves has its pros and cons.
yeah, because e5 is a threat right now. Here, probable threat e5 for white.
Yes, e5 is a probable trade.
Yeah. So if white takes on queen knight e4, black takes on knight e4, then queen f3. This is a horrible pin to be in. Even you cannot play moves like rook e8 because you then again get yourself in a pin. Okay, so a move is played. Let's see what was played. Okay, queen into b4 was played. So we are going with in the same direction. Queen into b4 was played in the game, and let us come back here. So what do you play here? What is the choice that black has?
I think black has to defend after knight e4 if it is not losing. If the pawn is not losing material, then black should go for knight e4. That is what we have to analyze.
I
Like after knight e4, queen
don't
f3, black can play rook e8,
rook e8,
then knight g3 or some other
but
move.
there are a lot of possibilities coming in. Then like rook d7 moves like rook
Yeah,
d7.
rook d7. Rook d7
Most
is
likely.
winning. Rook d7 is winning, probably.
Is it?
Yeah,
How
I
is it?
don't see how black defends the f7 pawn because after f6,
F6?
something like queen g4,
Okay, so queen g4. But rook g5, I have rook g5 after queen g4.
but it feels like something is going to happen. I don't know, but it feels like uh,
Yeah,
the
this
rook on
position.
the rook on e1 is also hanging, so white has to be careful about that also. I think white played no, white did not take on e5. Anand played knight g3.
Okay, so
So
where is
let's
it?
get back to the game.
Yeah, queen c7 and white played knight g3. So Anand did not go for queen into e5, which we were discussing, and he went
Maybe
for
maybe Anand has analyzed all this that we were discussing, and he did
yeah,
not find a way out for white.
yeah, maybe he was stuck there, and rook b7 was played, and now queen into e5 is played.
So Anand did not want to give up his e4 pawn. He wants to keep the
Ex-
e4 pawn
Probably
to
because he wanted to
complicate
wanted
things with
to
e5, e6.
exactly. So he has maintained that e4 pawn, and he has gone for queen knight g3, and rook b7 was played, and now queen into e5 um, is played. So
So
maybe
very
rook.
few pieces left on the board, but still the queens and both the rooks are there. So any result is possible.
Obviously, anything is possible because Anand lost in chess. Anything in blitz chess,
Yeah,
anything can happen.
anything is possible at any time. But since we are discussing a high level game where draw is a probable result in most of the cases,
Exactly.
so considering this few amount of pieces, someone might think that this may end up in a draw, but the major pieces are still on the board, and so any result is possible.
But rook b5 was played, and queen f4 was replied by Anand instantly. So this knight h5 may be played, maybe can be played. I don't know. Now the a5 pawn, white is up on up right now, but the a5 pawn will fall anytime soon. And Kramnik is taking his time here. What should
Yeah, because
black?
there is a lot to calculate. If black plays rook a5, then there is knight f5 followed by knight h6 or queen g3 threats.
Yeah,
If
so
black
rook a5,
if
knight
black takes on
a5.
a5 with the queen, then there are e5 ideas.
Uh, this looks to be very good for white. I think this this looks good because white is coming up
Yeah, this
with
this looks dangerous for black because black's pieces are not so well coordinated. Like the rook on 8 hasn't even taken part in the game, so this looks dangerous for black.
okay. And what if I go with queen e to f5 here?
After queen a5, still there is knight f5, but white has an extra option of playing e5 right away.
Uh,
And after e5, I don't see a very good square for the knight.
rook e8 maybe, and like if you go e5 here, rook e8 maybe. Okay, we can play because okay. So knight h5 was played in the game, by the way. Uh, so Kramnik decides to not to take on both of the both on a5 with neither with his rook or queen, but he decides to go with knight h5 instead, uh, luring the queen away from the dangerous king, black king.
No, I think he's just trying to exchange more pieces. He's trying to
Okay,
simplify the
so
position.
yeah, obviously with the knight exchanging of knights now, knight f5 is not possible. Okay, so knight h5 and probably
So
This is
Anand has
also,
taken on h5, knight h5, rook h5.
and rook e3 has been played. Okay, so rook e3 has been played here, and Anand may be trying something like rook g3.
Rook e3 was kind of, I would say, forced in this position, and it is also a very good move, trying to shift the rook to the king side, target on the g7 pawn. But the rook was hanging because of the queen on b4, so white could not have played rook d7. So rook e3
Okay,
indirectly is a prophylactic move.
okay, so rook into a5 is played. So here, as Kosa was saying, so the rook on e1 was hanging. So white couldn't play rook d7. So he went with rook e3 with the idea of rook g3 as well as freeing his rook to go to d7. So that is a very good move from Anand. And let's see, rook into a5 is played here. And now rook d7 can be played, I guess.
Yes, rook d7 can be played now.
Uh, Rook d7,
White
and
has
then
to white has to make use of the extra e4 pawn, otherwise a black will just roll down the a pawn. So white has to be
exactly.
careful about that.
So rook d7 maybe here, and then what? Targeting the f7 pawn. How do you protect? Rook f8,
Rook f8, or
and
maybe
then
rook
rook
a1
g3.
check, rook a1 check.
Maybe rook a1 check, and what after rook a1 check? King h2.
I was thinking of trading the queens by playing queen b8, but white has e5, so that is not possible.
Queen into f7 is a threat, bro.
After queen b8, there is a pin. Like after rook a1, king h2, queen b8,
Oh,
there is a pin.
oh, so queen b8 here, e5. Okay, yeah,
But queen b8
okay.
is not possible. Yeah, it's not a good move. e5 stops all the idea.
And now queen f8 is forced, right?
Yeah, I
After
don't
queen
want
b8.
to. I don't want to make my queen so
Yeah,
passive. And
yeah,
also, the
exactly,
rook is doing a good job defending. I mean, the rook can shift anytime to g5 to defend the king. So I don't want to take the rook out of the game.
exactly. So any time you can come here. So rook d7 can be made with rook f8 maybe. Looks like the
Yeah,
most
Anand
viable
has
option.
played a move. Anand played rook g3.
Okay, Anand has played rook c3.
Now queen h6 is a threat.
Yes, this is the threat, and he's going for this pawns basically. That is the only thing.
And black has played rook g5.
Okay, yes, interesting. He's giving up the pawn just to exchange pieces and
Yeah,
simplify
so
things.
the last move I suggested, Queen B8, that was a terrible blunder because, as Shoptoshi pointed out in the chat, it just simply loses a pawn after rook f7.
Okay, okay, yes, yes, exactly. Uh, so now here, uh, I,
This is a pretty good defensive move. Like if I
exactly. I
take
think
on g5 and
yeah,
black
simply
takes, I take with the queen, then a black can play queen e4.
exactly. Anand refuses to exchange and goes for this move. Rook g d3. So this is played.
Now rook d8, queen f7 is a strong threat. So black will probably play queen e7.
Yeah, so rook
But
d8,
after queen e7
and then
runs into rook d7 as well.
sorry, I couldn't get you.
Black will try. Black played queen. I was thinking of queen e7, maybe to stop rook d8, but then there was rook d7.
Yeah, now this seems totally equal and heading to a draw maybe. Because what other than queen into b8, is there any move that
I don't
white?
see any moves. And now the rook has moved from in front of the pawn. Now black can easily push the a pawn. So
And
Anand has traded queens, and I think this will end in a draw very soon.
exactly, is going to another, and Anand has moved removed to rook a8, and rook a5 may be at okay. So black goes with rook e5, and this is a draw. So I guess they'll just agree. Okay, rook e3, rook e1 check, king e2 is played, and okay, they are they are just blitzing the move,
Yeah, they will agree to a draw pretty soon.
and this has ended in a draw. Okay,
So Anand loses that mini match against Kramnik.
yeah. So this
We
time is
won't be having one more game. Like there are four games for the mini match, but since Anand lost the first two, we won't see the fourth game.
they are
So
not.
Anand
So
lost.
will not have the fourth game at all. That is
No,
the rule.
yeah, I think that is the rule.
Okay, surprising, but then as I see on the website, they are still scheduled to play the fourth match. I don't know, but then do you want to go back to any positions here? Maybe somewhere where Anand could have played something else, or this was like pretty much simple.
There are two instances like where Anand played knight g3, we were calculating queen e5.
Yeah, here. So we were calculating queen e5, rook b5, queen g3, and knight e4, queen f3, rook e8. Rook e8 was the move that
Yeah,
we rook d7 and
rook
f6.
rook 8 is Sims 4.
Yeah, rook e8, rook d7 and f6. So that we were here in that position, and what should white go with here?
Yeah, queen g4 is not possible because of rook g5, and then the rook on e1 is also hanging. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it is a good move.
Exactly, queen white can go with move like after that, but then rook d1 simple here,
The rook
maybe.
on b5 is doing a pretty good job, like protecting
Ex-
squares
ex-
like e5 and h5, and also like it can jump into defense after rook g5.
exactly. So maybe rook d1 here, maybe rook
Maybe
d1,
black is
or
winning a pawn here after rook a5.
but this would be a better option than rook d1. Would it be?
Yeah, the rook is planning to gain control of the seventh row.
Exactly. Okay, this looks pretty critical here. Rook d1 or rook c1. Which one will you go with?
Rook c1 looks more rook c1 looks stronger because after rook d1, where will the rook go after rook d1?
Exactly. So this looks more logical, and black can take on rook into a5, and then
And
what?
then
Knight g3. Knight g3 is not possible. Sorry, knight g3
no,
will turn.
we will just hop in with the rook on the seven.
Yeah. So rook c7.
Now, how does black defend the g7 pawn?
Okay, so black cannot. Also, might then it might be that rook a5 is not possible here. Black has to somehow stop the rook c1, rook c7. But the guys who are joining in, Deb Devushit Day says hi. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but then it's okay. So how does black prevent rook c7 here?
Maybe rook b7 or rook e7.
Rook B7.
Rook b7 or rook e7, or maybe rook c5. There are a lot of options.
Rook B7. Rook, okay, not Rook into B7. Rook C7 can be played. Can be an option. But Rook B7 loses, right?
Well, did I miss something?
Yes, I guess. Is Queen H5 possible? I don't know. What about after Rook
Yeah,
F8?
queen h5 is possible, but I have rook e5. I think rook e5 depends,
Queen
or am I
F7 check.
guessing mate?
Queen F7 check. And Queen F7 check is the threat after
Oh yes,
Queen
okay.
H5. Yeah, so Rook F8 maybe.
So no, after rook f8, queen d5 check simply L7. So rook b7
Yeah,
is a blunder. I misclicked. So the rook
yeah,
cannot move from the fifth rank. Otherwise, there are this
yeah. So basically,
the
the
threats
rook
of
is
queen
this
h5
rook
and
is an OP rook, guys. Rook B5 is an OP rook.
so maybe rook e7. Well, I don't think that's a blunder as well because I can see this backline checks rook c8.
But at least white can come with checks like this one. Yeah, Rook A7 maybe would have been possible, and then after Rook C8 check, King H7, and maybe Queen D3. I don't know what would have happened. Rook C8 check, King H7, and Queen D3. Looks okay. No, this one is, I guess, running into this thing. This is possible after that. So Rook C8 check is not possible. You cannot leave this rank. This rank.
So I think knight e4 is a mistake.
Okay. So you're saying you cannot take on knight e4.
Yeah, queen f3, rook e8, and after rook d7, f6, black
But
finds
how do
himself in a very difficult situation. Maybe
but
black is even losing.
how do you prevent e5 here then?
Maybe something like rook g5.
But in this position that we were in, like this one, after rook e7, what does white play? Because I think uh, because some
There is this simple option of just doubling the rooks on the last rank and threatening rook h8
eh?
on the
Rook
last
h
rank. Rook c8, rook d8.
okay, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are lot of possibilities that are coming in, obviously.
And this is not at all easy to defend.
Exactly. So I think then here Anand should have gone for the move queen into e5. I guess here
But
instead he very
Kramnik would have avoided a knight e4 because there's lots of complications coming.
yeah, exactly. So Anand here played knight g3, and we are looking into the move queen into e5, and we then showed you what could have happened if Anand had played that move. But then let's see what is the other option there left for him after knight g3. Sorry, not knight g3. Uh, Queen
After
e5, rook
e5,
b5, queen g3. Yeah, what does black play to prevent e5 here?
rook g5 maybe.
Okay, rook g5. But then this comes with something. Oh no, maybe not that. Uh, is is this kind of move possible? Okay, no, like this can. Okay, so I have to play something. Maybe queen to d3 or not, or f3
Queen
with the
f3
idea
or
of
queen d3.
yeah, with the idea of
Can be
e5
queen
maybe.
f3 with the idea of e5.
Exactly, that is what I was going to say. Maybe queen f3 and then rook e8 looks to be a probable option for black.
Yeah, because black can take on a5 anytime. White has whatsoever no protection of the a5.
And then with rook e8, I can go with maybe knight g3, threatening this kind of moves. Okay, no. Currently, I just support the e4 and maybe later on if my knight
Yes,
may.
knight g3 is a decent move.
Yeah. So in this position, far more less complicated than knight into e4. As you said that he would have not gone for the move knight into e4 because that brings a lot of complications for black. So this
Yeah,
looks to be
there are a lot of complications here still with the knights on the board and threats of knight f5 looming in. But the other position, there was a nasty pin. White's king was getting attacked. There was not enough defense, and then there were threats like this queen h5 if the rook moved from the fifth rank. So
yeah
that looked
basically
that looked that looked dangerous for black. Like in this position, black still has those pieces defending his king, but in that position, uh, what to say, white was just jumping in on the seventh rank, on the eighth rank with his rooks.
yeah. So white had the initiative in this position, and in this position, black has more control over the game and his pieces as well. So maybe this would have been an interesting option for white, but then he instead of queen e5 went for knight g3, and this was the one point you were talking about, and the other one, which we are saying that it could have been interesting. Which one is the other one?
The other one I missed out. Rook d7 first, where Anand played rook g3.
Oh yeah, okay. So here, here Anand went for um, rook g3, and we were seeing this. Sorry, not this one. We were seeing this move rook d7, and then maybe rook f8 is the only move to play because as we were discussing, queen b8 would have run into simple moves like e5 or rook into f7. Simple loses a pawn, and there are a lot of threats that are coming in. Okay, so here rook f8 is the only option as we discussed, and now before we could have discussed anything else, Anand played rook g3 and we went on. So what now, Costa?
White cannot still play e5 because the queen is under serious pin. So maybe something like queen c7, enabling e5 e6.
And
Black
e5 is
white has also white also has to be careful about the back rank because there are
exactly
threats of rook a1, queen b1.
rook a1 and queen b1 and threat on his queen. King maybe, sorry, not king. Yeah, so uh, white maybe you say queen.
This position is more or less equal, like balanced position.
Sorry, this is a balanced position, obviously. And you say that white can go with moves like queen c7. Let's see what happens with queen c7. Queen c7 and simply threatening this one. What if I go rook a1 check, king h2, and then queen b1?
Yeah,
What is
that's what
it?
I'm worried about because I don't see like the check is not so devastating. It can just jump in with king g3.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. So sorry, but if you check here or here, I can just go to here. So that is not the quite the issue. But how should white continue
how
here?
will white proceed? Yeah, that is the main point.
What about
Because
e4, e5,
because black
e5,
does not
e6?
have any weaknesses. Black does not have any
Yes,
weaknesses actually.
exactly. In this position, black does not have any weakness, and you are suggesting the moves like e5 and e6. But then the queen can jump over to g6 with e5 and protect.
Protect f7.
Yes, exactly. So e5, queen g6. Is queen g6 at all possible because e6? Because then after into f7, rook into f7, I have rook e8 check. So I don't think queen g6 is possible. Is a blunder, I guess. e6, and now I threat to take on f7. Sorry, after queen g6, e6. Now I threat to take on f7 and then play rook e8.
Uh,
So maybe not queen g6, but something to stop e6. Maybe queen b3 is not possible. a2.
is c6 possible or is a black winning after queen?
Black winning. Oh, black winning the pawn. You mean? Uh, mind you, this one is also a threat. This one is hanging. I just saw. Though I said the move queen a2 protecting the e6 square and also the f7 pawn, I just saw that the f2 is also hanging. White can play rook f3 here maybe. Rook f3, protecting this one and going for f7. Maybe
But
I don't know.
f7 is not attacked. Like black can simply go queen e6 or e5. e6
Okay,
is not even a threat right now, and f7 is well protected by the rook and the queen.
but then how do you protect this f2 pawn?
Maybe king g3. Looks like a funny move.
In what you are like in this kind of games when you are desperate, I think the best way to go about it is going for the material imbalances. Like that complicates positions of very much. But there is no choice here as well, as white went very solid opening as well. And I was seeing. Okay, I'll tell you this off stream about tomorrow, about yesterday, not tomorrow. Okay, so maybe this looks pretty much it. What do you think? Maybe black is holding on, and this would.
No, I think the position is equal because black has his share of counterplay, and I don't see how white can stop that and go for the initiative as well. So both sides have counterplays, both
Okay,
sides have
see,
chances, and this is a balanced position. Like if white tries too much, then white might end up losing.
exactly. So Anand went for something solid, and ultimately it ended in a draw. Okay, let's see if any other game is going on. Uh, Maybe we can watch one more game of the fourth round and then end.
Yeah,
Or do
yeah.
you want? Yeah,
All the games
obviously.
have ended. So the fourth round, when will it start? Like after 10 or
Four,
15 minutes?
yeah, after 10 or 15 minutes. Because by 10:30 it should start by Indian time. I mean,
It's already 10:40 Indian time.
oh sorry, my bad. Then 11. or it should have. Oh, it should start from 10:45, I guess. Because the last round started at 9:45. Anish lost again. 3-0. Are you
No,
kidding me?
Anish drew the game. So Anish lost the series 2.5 half, but he drew the third game.
Okay, so now let me see what is happening here because this gets messed up sometimes. But as you can see here, that the games are already lined up. Uh, you can see on the left hand side.
Yes, the games are already lined up, but if I see yesterday's round, yesterday Nepomniachtchi was paired against Ding Liren. Nepomniachtchi
Yes.
defeated Ding in the first two games. Ding drew the third game, and then a fourth game was not played. So I think today also they won't be playing the fourth game.
Okay, so we are not going to see Anand versus Kramnik again for today. Also, Kramnik is coming out of retirement. For you guys to remind you guys that he's coming out of retirement and playing. Okay, so we were waiting. Let's go and watch anything that has already been played. Any interesting match that you can see that was played in this round other than this one. Okay, let's see how Anish lost the first game. Louis, did you see that?
No, I haven't followed the games yet.
Okay, Grunfield as Nepomniachtchi likes to play. Bishop C3. Uh, is it played?
I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of this opening.
Okay, knight C6. Okay, so black doesn't go for C5 either. That
I
knight.
think this is all theory because
Okay,
Anish is very good in opening preparation.
obviously he is.
Like all the top players are extremely good. We should not be judging them, but Anish is
Obviously,
especially good. Among the top players, even Anish is extremely good in opening preparation.
he just sacrificed his pawn and went for the attack on the queen side. King side. This looks good for him. How did he lose this? Doesn't it?
Yeah, looks strange.
If I zoom in a bit. Okay, so I'll just go in another tab. I'll just go and wait for the third round to start. Which match are we going to watch for the fourth round? There are a lot of matches. Like, what are the scores like in this round? How do you see that? Let me check out.
So
Carlson, yeah, go on,
Carlsen
go on.
has drawn all three games with Peter Liko. So they are currently tied 1.5, 1.5, and Carlsen has the white pieces in the fourth round. So he will be trying for a win, or maybe he will just play solid and go for the draw and then try to outplay Peter in the Armageddon. Because
Yeah.
that was Carlsen's strategy against Anand. He even said in the interview that he just wanted to draw all the games and maybe he said that he wanted to play solid and then go for the Armageddon. That was his strategy yesterday. So maybe that's his strategy today also.
Okay, so Liko might be knowing that as well, but he's playing with black pieces, so we cannot. He cannot do much, but we have seen a lot of games where the player with the black piece have won yesterday. So, and the other boards, Boris was leading. I guess he defeated Spidler in a match. I guess I saw.
Svidler defeated Gelfand in the third round. So currently Svidler is leading against Gelfand 2-1. And
Okay.
in the fourth game, Svidler has the white pieces. So he will try to play solid and secure the draw and secure the win. Like a draw in the fourth game and then win the mini match. And in the other game, Dingliren versus Ivanchuk, Dingliren lost to Ivanchuk in the second round. Then
Yes.
he leveled the scores in the third round, and now in the fourth game he has black against Ivanchuk.
Okay, let's go and check that one as well because Ivanchuk has won that game against Dingleren, and Dingleren is, I guess,
Dingliren is in a pretty bad shape, maybe
yeah, exactly. He just lost
because
yesterday
he
against.
lost the first two mini matches. The first one was against Gelfand, and the second one was against
Who did he
home.
play? Nepo
Yeah,
maybe.
he lost against Nepo yesterday.
Yes,
Nepo
exactly.
totally crushed him yesterday.
3-0, I guess.
No, it was two and a half. And Nepomini actually
Okay,
was winning the third round as well. And if you wanted to play on, maybe he would have won that also. But
exactly. He chose not to. So
he
let us
chose
go back. Yes, exactly. So he chose not to. And the games have not yet started, have they? Uh, uh, okay, they. I think they have started. Carlson is white against Peter Leko. Is it in the fourth round?
Yeah, Carlson is right.
Yeah. So they have started. Ivanchuk Dingliren is. I. I. Oh no 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 no. Sorry, my bad. My bad. They are still waiting. My bad. It has not yet started. This is pretty confusing on the chess.com Elise's website because I just get confused which one is going on and which one is not.
Then open follow chess or chess 24, whichever you
Oh yes,
prefer.
follow chess. Let's go.
But I don't think we can analyze on follow chess.
Yeah, that is the problem. I think that is why I went for this only because chess 24. I was having some problem. Let's go there. Let's see if you can split it there. Where is the okay? So here. I hope we can analyze here. Okay, we can, I guess.
We can, but
No,
the user interface is pretty complicated.
e- no, neither can I draw on it. How to draw? Oh no, chess LHS is far better, bro. Let's not go there. We are waiting for the fourth round of the tournament to start. Let's go and check it out.
Has it started yet?
LHS.
I don't know when it is scheduled to start.
It hasn't.
No, I don't see any moves on the board. So maybe it will
So
soon
it,
start.
so obviously it has not started. Uh, how do we go to there? You said watch broadcasts. This is the broadcast that is going on. Kramnik Anand will not be played today that we know. No, this has not yet started. Okay, so let's see. We were seeing this game only, and we were here. And I'll just open this one as well. Also, we can maybe keep a check if the round starts, and we
Yeah.
can, as you are seeing here, Queen G3 was played. And in this position, Anish looks good in the first round that he lost against Nepo. Like one, you can see this says plus 1.10. Looks good.
Let's proceed. Let's see a few more moves.
Yeah, obviously.
So black opened up the center.
Yeah, he's a pawn up. My medium, not a pawn up. He is, yes, he's a pawn up. D5, rook D8, H5 was played, threatening something like this, and F5 maybe, or bishop D3. So queen C5, king D1, rook into D5, rook C1, queen into 2. This is still very good for white. I don't see.
So here
Okay,
rook
so
c5 was a
it's a
blunder, and the engine is showing it's plus 5.5 for white.
yeah. How did Anish lost this one? Okay, so in the in the last in Anand's first match, Anand versus Kramnik first match, I even saw plus 5.5, but then Anand managed to lose that one as well. So everything is possible. But still, this is not like something of this sort is not expected from of players of that caliber who are like best in the world. But still, uh, what is the continuation? Let's find it out. Like, why is it losing here? Can you see? Also,
H6 and something like rook g1.
sometimes you go so numb that I just because
Because I was calculating. So uh,
yeah, that is okay. But sometimes you got so numb that I got confused whether are you with me or not. Yeah, 86, 86, and 86 was also played. Okay, so here he plays rook hd1, and he says this is an inaccuracy. Instead of looking at the analysis, let's see what is the move that would have won.
rook g1 looks like a probable move, but which rook? C or h?
I guess I will keep this rook in this open file and go for this one. This looks pretty obvious, like natural, more of a natural move here. And uh, how do I switch this thing off?
I don't think so.
How to switch this thing off? I don't want the analysis, man. I don't know either. Let's see. No, I cannot just remove it. Uh, Focus mode. This doesn't change anything. Okay, okay. I think now this is okay. Yeah. Still he's swing, but then this looks to be a more viable option. And what after this one?
I don't see
How
how
to
it defends the g6 pawn.
how to prevent g6? Knight h8 comes with rook into h8. Uh, Queen e4 comes with bishop
Queen e4,
d3.
bishop d3. So
So
the
how to
g5 is forced.
yeah, and as the analysis over here on the right says, bishop into f7, it says rook d8. Let us find out what happens after rook into f7.
If after bishop f7 you can't take on f7, then white is with their piece up, and then there's no point analyzing. Like what the engine is saying over here. Rook d8.
Yeah,
That is not
yeah, but
shown.
Rook f7, maybe something like queen h3 or queen h2. Just take the file and threat h8 mate.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
losing. It's losing. Queen h2, queen h3.
simple.
There's no prevention of queen h6, queen h8.
And
Even if black plays king f8, there is queen h8, king e7, and rook e1.
moves like this. Okay, so now if you come here, it's a sim.
King d6, and queen d8 gets rook d7.
Queen e check. Sorry, my bad. I just lost. I just queen e check, king d6, and simple queen into f7. What?
No, if black plays
Or,
king d6.
yeah, king d6.
Yes. King d7, there's queen 8 and queen f7. So,
Yeah. So what about queen, whatever, king d6 here? Anything that we are missing out?
oh, there's simply rook d1, just meaning that you're overthinking. But
There are a lot of ways to win this, obviously.
just rook e1 check, king d6, and rook d1. It just means that.
Yeah. So uh, has it started the rounds?
Let me check. No, not yet.
Okay. So I guess they are telling us that it's bad luck. Let's wait for 2 minutes more because it will be 11 and maybe it might start. And let's see what happens. Let's wait for 2 minutes and then we can, if not starting, if the game doesn't start, then we can just go on. But let us finish this game in the meantime. What happened? Rook HD1 was played and rook into c4. Huh? Interesting
So
sacrifice.
how did White manage to lose this? He was a
Let us,
queen up.
4 plus 4.1.
Was this a mouse slip or a very bad blunder? I mean a
Maybe.
nasty blunder.
Let's see.
Because the final position I see, Black had the rook and the knight, but White did not have his queen. So how did White lose his queen?
Maybe a mouse slip.
This is completely crushing.
And Nepo went on with this position as well. Okay, we can see the graph going down slowly. Okay, so Queen G8 was a mistake, but why? We don't know that. Why is Queen G8 a mistake? Allowing King F4.
Yeah, allowing King F4 seems like a mistake, but what should White play over here? Because King J8 looks like a very natural move.
Uh, but this is a very difficult position. Like I think White allowed so much to Black. Like he should have finished it here somewhere. Like something would have happened here. Something or the other is coming, right?
I don't know. I The play from both sides seemed very natural, and suddenly Black just wriggles out of the maze. I don't know what just happened.
Exactly. Now this doesn't look so bad for Black, right? Except for the king is not safe enough. But
Yeah, Black's king is in the open. Black is down on material, but Black is holding on, and the engine shows that this is roughly equal. So this is strange.
Let's see. Queen G8 was played. King F2. Queen long castle. Rook D3. Check. Now this shows the engine shows that it is dead equal. Let's see what happened. Okay. Did you see that? Queen F7 check is a blunder. Just see the.
Wow, this game. I mean, this is just going over my head. I simply can't understand this.
Exactly. Like Queen F7 check. King E3 and now King F2 G2
Like I can
G1.
see, I can see that Black has this strong threat of G2 G1, which is almost unstoppable. But one check makes such a difference that is really shocking. Maybe Black managed to stop the checks and then managed to promote the pawn as well. So
Even
Queen
Queen
F7 is a
C7.
blunder.
Even Queen C7 check is a normal move. You couldn't have lost it because let's turn on the engine. Even Queen C7 check is a normal move. Queen B7 loses. Okay.
Queen B7 loses because of G2. All
Yeah.
other checks are normal, but Queen F7 check simply loses.
All other checks. So you have only two checks. Other than that, these are the three checks. Okay. So basically, you have to stop King E3 and
Like
uh,
in the other position, White had to stop King F4, but after Queen G7 check, he provoked Black to play King F4. And in this position, you had to keep an eye on the G3 pawn.
exactly. So
That's
Queen B8,
that's what I
Queen
think.
B8.
Queen B8 and Queen C7 is okay,
Uh,
but
okay.
he played Queen F7 and again allowed King E3. So
Now with Kineso, now Queen F3, and now I guess this would for. I bet Anish
so
would be
Anish went for the wrong checks and allowed kings some impossible squares that he should not have allowed, and so that
I
was
guess.
his doing.
I, do you see a pattern here? Like in the first game, Anand also lost a winning match, and then went on to lose the second game
I,
completely
I,
crushed.
I did not see both the games, both of Anand's games, but yeah, if you lose a winning position like this, then it takes a lot of strain psychologically. Like it puts you in a lot of pressure, and that too winning with the white pieces. So maybe
Exactly.
that's why both Anish and Anand faltered in the second game. And as I can see, the fourth round games have started. So let's go to the live game. So which game
Finally,
do you want to follow?
I was going to just ask you that only. Which group do you want to follow?
Let's go
I
for
guess
Ivanchuk. Let's go for
let,
Ivanchuk.
let's look at the score. Which one is likely going to have some action? We can go for that. According to the scores, you're saying let us go for Ivanchuk. Ivanchuk King. Okay.
Currently, they have equal scores, but they have traded quite some blows with Dinglen losing the second game and then winning the third. So, and Ivanchuk has the white pieces. So, Ivanchuk will be playing for the win.
Exactly, and even at such a age, Ivanchuk is defeating players of the highest caliber. That's pretty commendable. And as you can
So,
see,
what
this
opening was this?
Nimzo Indian, and there is only one game that has been played as two games, and both of them ended in a draw in 2019. You can see on your right hand side. I'll just zoom in. Yeah, looks it's okay. It's clear to
Okay.
you.
So, Ivanchuk plays something unorthodox. Maybe
Exactly.
he didn't want to get caught up in Dingliren's preparation because
Obviously, because he's not.
Ivanchuk is not so active in high level tournaments these days.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, so that is why he went for something unusual. And Queen into eight. What is Dingleren considering going knight into eight?
So White has sacrificed a pawn, but White is uh, well developed, more developed than Black. White has a double bishop advantage, so
Yeah.
White has compensation for the pawn, and now let's see how Ivanchuk utilizes the compensation.
What is he thinking? Why is he not taking with Queen eight? Maybe he's considering knight eight, but that is, I don't know. How is that possible even? Queen eight is the most viable option here. Okay, let's see what happens after Queen eight. Queen eight, and you go with Bishop g5.
Bishop g5 maybe. Yeah. Bishop g5, knight bd7, queen c2.
Okay, so he goes with knight e8. So that is what he was
That
thinking. I
yeah,
don't
that's why he took so much time on this one.
exactly. But oh, sorry. Knight into e8 was played.
Maybe he didn't want to face bishop g5.
Probably, but then with Bishop g5, what was the problem? In fact, in this position after knight e8, also Bishop g5 is possible, if I am not wrong, isn't it? I can
Yeah,
Bishop
bishop g5 is still possible.
exactly, and Bishop g5 is played only. White goes for Bishop g5. Exactly. So our viewers, of- for our viewers who have joined in right now, Anand has already drew the third game and lost the match, mini match, that is two and half, two halves. So they are not playing the next round. So we are watching right now Dingliren versus Ivanchuk, where Vasily Ivanchuk is white against Dingliren, and they are tied at 1.5 each. Uh,
Yeah, they are
Costa, if
tied at
I'm not.
1.5.
Yeah, and they have like it has been, but with the move f6, what about? Sorry, my bad. I just want to zoom in. Uh, yeah, looks good. So now with f6, where does this knight go?
This is very strange play from Dingliden. First of all, he took much too much time for a normal move. Then he came up with something unusual like knight e8, where queen e8 seemed the most logical option. And then he plays f6 blocking all the squares of his knight. Like now the knight on e8 is just what to say.
Horrible. That is
Not
the
horrible, something even worse.
okay. So maybe you go with bishop e3 or d2 here.
Bishop
Which one?
d2, bishop f4.
Okay, so bishop d2 and bishop d2 is played by Ivanchuk, and maybe developmental moves like knight c6 or bishop g4 can be played. And he goes with knight bd7. Interesting. I don't know where this knight is going to go.
Why not knight c6? Why is Dingleden
That
playing
is,
so passive?
I don't know. Queen c2
Knight
and knight
f8. Okay, so he
e6.
played knight d7 to protect the h7 pawn,
Okay, but that is too passive, I guess.
and now Ivanchuk is playing really fast because he knows all the
He is
logical options here. He's just developing his pieces and bringing them over to good squares.
exactly. Sorry.
So f6 has one idea. Maybe it's stopping knight g5, but what about the knight on e8? Where will that knight
Okay, c6 has been played, but let me just go back to this position where white played queen d2. What about this option and this one?
go? White's queen was on c2, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
you were saying if white played queen e2 instead of queen c2.
exactly. I just wanted to target this knight. That's right. Oh, sorry. So queen e2, knight f8
Yeah,
because you
this is also possible. After rook e1, black is forced to play bishop d7 or bishop
and
g4.
now maybe this one and knight bishop f5 exchange the this bishop with this bishop and then go to queen e7 maybe. Oh, this is knight d4 is an option. Queen h5 is an option. There are a lot of options. Maybe this was also possible. Okay, let's go back to the game. Where is it? Rook e1 and c6 is played. Sorry. What looks black is trying d5. Maybe you can go d5 yourself.
So as you can see, all of black's pieces are on the eighth rank. Even his knights are on the eighth rank. C6
Exactly.
is C6 has one more idea, that is playing the knight on e8. Now the knight can get back into the game.
Yes, obviously more than one idea. With c6, black tries with knight c7 maybe. Yeah. So I think white should go with this move, d5, maybe stopping this idea as well.
Yes, d5 looks pretty good because otherwise black himself will play d5, and if
Exactly. So
and
that is
then
what I
black
was.
has the d6 square available to the knight as well. So
Uh,
d5 is a good move. Also taking control of the e6 square, white can play knight d4, knight e6. Yeah, and
d5.
white plays d5.
No, I just
Now,
moved.
will black take on d5? Will black play
I just
c5?
moved. He has not yet played.
Okay, so you move d5. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So d5, cd5, cd5, and what does black play then? Knight c7 or bishop d7 maybe with the idea of rook c8. Yes.
Yes, but I was thinking after cd5, can white try something like knight d4?
Here. So
Yeah,
obviously,
it's
knight d4 is an okay. So Ivanchuk has played a4 by the way.
a4 seems a strange move.
Yeah, I don't know. Black was trying. Okay, so
What is
maybe he was,
what is what is white's idea after a4?
maybe he's trying to prevent this.
No, but there is no threat. Uh, Even if black manages to place his knight on b5, what after that?
Exactly. So why did he
First of
play?
all, the pawn on c4 is preventing both the b5 and the d5 squares for black.
Exactly. So why did he play a4? And now knight c7 is immediately replied back by uh, Ding Liren. So basically, Liren is trying to uh, create a pressure on clock of Ivanchuk because he's down on time. Okay, something has been played. Okay, d5 has been played.
Now, after knight c7.
Yeah,
So what is the difference? Why didn't he play d5 first? Was he afraid of c5? That's why he played a4 first.
Let us see where are we losing out. Let me promote this line. Okay, D5 CD5. Why did he? Is there something different here with Knight C7? Something I don't
I
exactly
think
get the point.
we don't even have to defend the d5 pawn because if black
Is,
takes on d5, then we have this queen of queen b3 bishops.
yeah, even Black will not go for moves like B6 so that he can after A4 he can play A5 because this weakens the C6 square. So I don't think Black will go for that as well. So why did he play A4 suddenly here? Doesn't make any sense. Any idea why A4 here?
Even I am confused because the game is going on the center, on mostly on the center, and maybe if white can break through in the king side, why suddenly move a pawn on the queen side, a4?
Exactly. These pieces are just looking on this weak pieces and C5 is played by the way here and then this knight can also jump in but then why a4 suddenly on the queen side uh, okay is he stopping up so maybe this may be the reason so d5 c5 maybe he's stopping b5 maybe I don't know
But he could have played d5 right away, like right. Then if black plays c5, then he can go for a4. But why a4 first?
a very complicated we have no idea about that okay let's see what is going on in the game and knight h4 is played after
I think
uh,
black should have taken on d5
yeah, now this looks very bad for
because
white as well.
because after c5, black does not even have the b5 break. Now the a4 move comes into action.
Exactly. So maybe that was the only idea that okay, black has gone for the move knight a6. Sorry, with the idea of maybe knight b4.
So white has two beautiful bishops
Why he is exchanging
aiming to
that
the
bishop?
king side. Maybe
Maybe
he's looking for
trying
knight
to play.
f5 and rook e7.
Yeah,
Now, and now Ivanchuk is once again playing fast.
exactly. This looks not so good for white. Black. My bad.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
but then,
Any player would choose white in this position because white has the strong double bishops. White's pieces are more coordinated. White's pieces are more active. White has space.
and Ivanchuk
Black
is
has not
playing,
even completed his development. Black's pieces
and
are all passive. And then
Ivanchuk is
there's also this threat on Black's king. Sorry, I'm stopping you from saying anything. So now you can go.
exactly. I just tried it for 3 times and you were like in a flow. So it was my bad to cut you. Sorry for that also. Okay, it's okay. But then knight queen e4 and you can see Ivanchuk is playing really fast now, and the time gap has come down to okay. So bishop d7 was played. Maybe after bishop d7, queen d7, knight f5.
No, I will not take on d7. I will just play queen
Uh,
g4.
why not queen bishop d7 and knight f5, and then queen g4?
No, if I play bishop d7, then why will I allow his queen to get active? I will just play queen g4. I'll just hold on to the pressure because he cannot move his queen from d8. Otherwise, I have rook e7. If he takes on f5, then I obviously have knight f5,
Okay, so you're
and
targeting.
now I can play something like bishop h6.
What about this and this?
The bishop is protecting all the squares.
Hmm? You cannot take on c2.
Okay, so I cannot take on c2. Something like bishop h6 in this gc.
Knight c2. Where do you go with the rook? Rook is under attack as well. And now I go knight d4 suddenly with the tempo. And you don't have knight f4, knight f5 now. After that,
And then it's not a good option.
maybe you can take now, but then queen d7 forces the exchange of queens.
Yeah, maybe then queen g4 is not a good option.
Exactly. So let's see the option that I was thinking, like bishop d4, queen d7, and knight f5. What about this? Uh, by the way, what after this one? How do you continue? I threat this one, and then this one.
Looks dangerous for black.
Pretty
I
much.
also had this. I also had the same idea. Just I did not want black to activate his queen, but queen
But
g4 does not work because of knight c2, knight d4, as you pointed out. So if white wants to bring his knight to f5, then white has to take on d7. So I think we have a move. That was white.
yeah, rook e3 was
White
played.
played rook e3.
Okay, so bringing activating is maybe also his time for queen g4, and he saw the move knight c2. Maybe
Yeah, he will obviously see such moves.
exactly. So I guess he just saw that move upon queen g4. You can play this. But as I was discussing, what about this here?
This also looks good for white and pretty miserable for black. Because what will black play? His knight on b4 does not have any good squares. The knight on f8 does not have any good squares. Black
But
plays knight g6. Then I can go queen e6 and the d6 pawn falls.
could you just repeat? I lost it.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that black's pieces are all misplaced.
By the way, black took on a4. By the way,
In such positions, black can afford to play such moves. I mean, take on a4. I'm really surprised.
okay, and bishop to h7 was played on the board. Okay, let's see fire
I
ups.
I guess this is losing. Just this is losing. Because if black plays knight h7, then queen e6 and knight g6 is checkmate. And if black cannot take on h7, then this is simply crushing. White has rook h3, knight g6, and everything.
If isn't that a mate?
Yeah, this is mate.
If I'm not wrong.
Black played king f7. Yeah, black blundered.
Okay,
I'm
so
really surprised how Ding could consider bishop a4 in such a position.
yeah, but we'll just go through the mate quickly. Knight g6. Okay, so king h7 goes with rook h3, king g8, and
Let's watch the game first because we will miss out the interesting part. Because the game might end in a few moves. So let's watch the game first, then we will.
okay, obviously. So how do we go about here? What is the move? What is the move? Should be winning in few moves. What are we missing out?
White played knight f5. I think there was something better. Maybe knight g6.
Okay, so any knight into h7 was played after knight, and is it not mate in four? One, two, three. 4 5, or no, maybe 5. Let me see. Knight e6 check. What do you play?
Yeah, that seems me.
King f8, queen into h7, g, g into h3, and then rook g3. How do you prevent the mate? And knight e6 check is played, and I think this is going to end very soon.
Yeah, this is going to end very soon. This is a mating
Okay,
too.
wow. I and it has
And Ding resigned, so Ivanchuk won the game as well as the mini match.
okay.
So we can
I
say
think
for sure that Ding Liren is in a terrible form. Like is going, his time is not going that good. Otherwise,
exactly.
he would not have chosen knight e8 over queen e8, and then he would not have
Neither
played
would
bishop a4. He would not have played bishop a4.
exactly. Like in that position. Anyways, let's not.
So now let's get back to the analysis part.
Yeah, yeah.
What he
So
took on h7.
yeah, so h7, king f7 was played. For our viewers, let us go. What happens with king h8 and knight h7? Uh, King f7 was played. So let's see what happens there. So bishop h7 check. Let's first watch knight h7 or king h8. Oh, we are seeing king h8. So king h8.
Knight g6, simple.
Yes. Knight g6 is also possible. Knight g6 comes with simple this one, and then the mate follows, maybe.
Yeah, let's go for king h7. King h7 is
Something
also
like
made after
what if something like f5, this check, this one, and queen e6. Okay, so
e6.
this is, yeah. So this is also made. So let's go for king h7. Yes, rook h3, king e8. Oh, okay. I think I can play queen e6. I think queen e6, queen e6. Kosto.
Queen e6
Since
looks like a brilliant move, but I'm calculating if black has some way of defending. But I'm not finding any, so I think queen e6 is possible. And as you can
exactly.
see, this looks like a deadly move.
Yes, I was
How does
like,
how does black prevent mate after 96 d6?
it's impossible. You cannot move here. Wow.
This
What
position looks like one of those we see in the tactics books.
exactly? The combination books that we.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a great material. This position is a great material. Here, this is a perfect combination, and there are a lot of variations. Like Bishop h7, King h7. King h7 is also not possible. We saw. Did we saw? Okay, Knight h7 is also possible, right? We didn't see that.
97 is a mate in 2 after queen e6 and knight g6.
Oh, okay, so Queen e6, and either of the moves do this, either this one or this one loses with knight e6 move. Damn. So your idea of going with this game just rocked me, bro. Full points to you. Otherwise we wouldn't have seen such a game. We are not going for analysis of this game because you know why.
Yeah, we don't want to analyze this game. We just want to watch this as a masterpiece from Ivanchuk and this awesome finish.
Obviously. Is there anything going on that we can watch, or we can just end the stream if nothing is seems interesting?
There are two
Let's.
more games going on: Carlsen versus Leko and Svidla versus Gelfand.
Okay, Carlsen versus Leko, and this looks, the engine says plus 2.2. I don't know how this looks equal to me.
Because
Black skiing is good,
White's bishop is extremely strong.
and
Like after bishop e5, black's bishop is extremely strong. Black does not have a good square for the knight, and black's king is very much exposed.
yeah. Okay, maybe something like this. This with this is deadly. Exactly.
This would still be equal in our level, but for Carlsen, I think this is winning. In that level, this is winning.
Exactly. And any other match going on?
There's one more match going on. Uh, Gelfand and Fiedler. Let's take a look at that game as well.
Okay, Kelfan and Swindler. Queen b4 was played by Carlsen. Meanwhile, the idea I just suggested like this one. I think Black will go with knight f7, stopping this bishop e5. But still, Gelfand and Swindler. Let us go and watch that. Okay, this looks unstable. That is the word that comes to my mind when I see this picture.
Yeah, this looks unstable.
And anything can happen. So let's go. Let's watch this because the other game, I think Carlsen will slowly improve and kill Leko in the position. This is going to be an exciting
The other
finish.
game is going to be a positional battle where White will try to outplay Black, and Carlsen, as we know, can squeeze his opponents pretty bad. So Carlsen will try that. He will try to strategically outplay his opponent.
Exactly. So here bishop into f3 looks the most viable option. Queen into f3 or bishop into f3. Which one are you going with?
Both moves are possible, but
But queen into f,
I
queen,
think
queen into
bishop f3 is more accurate because I'm attacking the d5 pawn. I'm attacking the knight on e7 as well.
yeah, exactly. Now how do you reply to bishop into f3?
Maybe knight f5.
With the idea and knight f5
I'm just defending my knight, attacking your queen,
and also protecting the immediate take.
d5 pawn. Yeah.
Yeah. Queen f4 is played, going for the exchange of queens.
So this is
Yeah,
live, right? Or
yeah.
we are analyzing?
Sorry,
Is this live or we are analyzing?
this is live.
Okay, okay. Actually, in the other game, I thought that d5 was played, and you said no, has not been played. So I was kind of confused.
Yeah, yeah, that I can understand. Okay, so queen into f4 and g into f4 is played already into the game,
So the queens have been traded, and
and now this.
Svedler is leading currently against Gelfand. So Gelfand is in a must-win situation, or else Svedler wins the mini match.
So I don't think this is good for black. Maybe d4 is an option because you cannot take d4, bishop b7, and rook a2. Is that possible?
Possible. Yeah, it's possible, and d4 has been played.
Okay, let's see what happens in this line. Bishop b7, rook a2. How do you protect this one?
Maybe White will simply play a3. He will not give Black so much counter.
Okay, so let's go back e3. And what do I go? A3 is played. A3 is played on the board, as you can see. You can just watch this right on the right hand side of the board. You can see the notation pad. The
Yeah.
one circled the one circled with red is played, and the others. So you can see now bishop c6 is played and it is circled with red. And if I move here, like if I take bishop into c6 for instance, see it is not circled with red.
Okay, now I understand.
Okay, bishop g4 is played. See here, here this move is played bishop g4. I'll make that the main line.
And the d4 pawn is falling.
G6,
I take on f5. I take on d4. No, then there's rook g8. Okay.
maybe king f1, rook g. Let's go and watch that. What happens? G6, take, take, take. Here doesn't looks like
No, why bishop g2? I was thinking of rook g2.
okay. Rook g2. Sorry,
Shajura simply blocks the rook's type. Rook's fine.
rook g2. Okay, and what after that?
No, I think the white can go simply rook d8 and rook d7.
Rook d7. Interesting. Okay,
Or maybe white can simply play h3 and the rook
okay.
on g2 is stuck.
What about this? B4 can also be played with the idea of b5.
Yeah,
And
I can take on h2 after that.
if you take on h2, maybe I can go king g1 or b5 first or b5 first. What do you play after b5?
b5, maybe bishop e4 or bishop f3.
Uh, bishop f3. Uh, bishop f3 or e4? f3. Okay, let's see what has been played.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
GC, g6 was played and h3 was played. Okay, so white didn't take on f5. So we can continue with this one. This was
But
played. After g6, oh, okay. So bishop g4, knight e3, not g6, sorry. I am just losing the main game. Just wait for a second. Just let's me check. I'll just refresh. I just lost the main game. Swidler event. Oh no, not this one. There are so many games. I just get confused. Oh, sorry. I'm just messing up. Where is it? If you were watching Swidler versus Girlfriend
Yeah,
last night, yeah, this one. So let's see what was played. So after bishop d4, knight e3 was played. Rook d4, g6,
and they are
h3,
also low on time, so they are bleaching out the move.
rook d7, rook e3, rook d4, and now maybe uh, yeah. So anything can happen. Anything can happen with so much less time on both the clocks. Rook d4 is played. Looks like equal.
I wouldn't say equal because these endgames uh, are
Yeah,
extremely complicated.
yeah. Pretty bad of me to say
S-
equal.
especially
Like
especially where there are pawn imbalances on both sides.
exactly. But How does this go on? Yes, I don't see anything coming. Oh, sorry, 95 was played by the way.
White is not trying too hard for the win. White is happy with a draw because White just needs a draw to win the match, to win the
Exactly.
series.
Q1 maybe play. Just exchange force the exchange of bishops. With rook h1, it forces the exchange, I guess. You have
Yeah,
to
it
go back.
forces.
Yes,
Yeah, he
yes.
played that.
So and rook d2 check was played. King g3 was replied, and now bishop g2. So black is trying to hold on the bishop so that he can complicate things and turn out something of the position. Gelfand is not giving up. That's great to see. h4 was played, and h5 maybe stop any sort of attacks and also fix the white pawn on each black square.
And in the other game, Carlsen is completely winning against Vitor Lico.
Okay, but let's stuck to this game for now. Okay, so rook b2 was played and b4 was replied. Gelfand is down on time. I don't see where this bishop is going other than the c6 square. h5 is now played. Okay,
Yeah, Gelfand is desperately trying for a win because he knows that if he draws this game, then it does not matter. So he will be going all out for the win.
okay. So now he's. I guess he has blundered. Okay, so they are repeating, and not even Leko can Peter Stridler can just take on b6, but he's not going for that. He's just repeating the moves just to ensure that he wins the game.
And King f5 is not possible because of Rook e5 mate after Knight d7 check.
Yeah, check.
So the game ended in a draw,
Yeah, and you cannot just
and
move that.
Fiedler won the match.
Okay. Is the Carlson game still going on? Otherwise,
No,
you can just
Carlsen has
end the
won.
stream. Okay.
Carlsen has won.
Okay. So that is it. Maybe.
So the three leaders are still intact.
Exactly. Is it?
Yeah,
What is
because
the
Svedler Svedler was
Gelfand
leading.
just lost? Gelfand just lost. Gelfand was there up with Carlson.
Oh, okay, okay. No, Gelfand was up against Fiedler. So Fiedler won against Gelfand. So currently Fiedler and Carlsen are leading.
Exactly. That might be the case. Uh, Let me check if I can get the current positions on chess 24. Maybe the standings at least, so that we can show it to the viewers. Waiting for to.
Yeah, we have three leaders. Nepomniachtchi also won, so Nepomniachtchi is also leading.
Okay, just can you just read out the scores for the uh, okay, standings here? I've got it. I've got it. Okay, just a sec. I just said. Yeah. So that is the standing as of now. Nepomniachtchi is leading. You can see it. Yeah.
No, this is not the updated standings.
Is it not?
No, they have only updated Nepomniachtchi. Carlsen also won. Carlsen is also on 8 points.
Okay. Okay. Even okay. This is after round three. We had three rounds, right? Or four? We had three.
We have three downs. Nepomniachtchi is not leading because he defeated Kramnik in the first match in an Armageddon. So that secured him 2 points. So Carlsen won all the three matches before going to the Armageddon. So Carlsen and Svidler are currently on 9 points. They won their respective matches today also. So they are leading
I
with
don't
9 points, and Nepomniachtchi is in second place with 8 points.
Okay, where are you seeing this from? Where did you see this from?
They haven't updated the standings yet. I'm just saying this, like I calculated this, and I'm saying.
Okay, let's check follow chess if we can get the standings there. Uh,
The
I guess
standings, the standings haven't been updated.
it has been. Okay, no, this is just the score. Okay, no, it has not been updated. Okay, so more or less we are done. Thank you,
And
Christopher.
we watched a brilliant game of Ivanshu Kanti.
Exactly. That was the highlight of today's day because we watched the live match of.
And I was pretty surprised by how Anish lost that first game against Nepomniachtchi.
Okay, that was also a point because just a check on Queen F7.
All other checks were draw, but Queen f7 simply loses.
Okay, thank you for joining in. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching with us, and maybe we'll come back with this in future. Obviously, we will, but let's see what happens. Bye, bye. Good night.
Good night.